Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be making these beautiful paper earrings. These are made out of old dictionary pages, and the ones today that we're going to make together are made out of old magazine pages. So whatever kind of paper you choose, you're going to come up with a really amazing piece of jewelry, and if you prefer to use it as a gift topper or perhaps as a bookmark little bauble, so many different ideas. So that I can't wait to get started. Happy folding. Today we'll be making these beautiful tiny little mini bauble earrings. These were made out of old dictionary pages. The ones today we're going to make are out of magazine pages. The steps are exactly the same, so let's get started. So find a magazine that has colors that you really like. So like find something that's interesting to you, like this. I like this little map detail right here. So you're going to take your hole punch. This is the size of like a thumbprint, about 1.5 inches. If you have a Cricut, you can do it that way as well. I just think this is a lot easier. And then you're going to go ahead and punch out all your holes. Now, obviously, you don't want all the same pattern, so find various pages that you like. I think this might be fun right here, this texture. So notice I'm just kind of skipping around, finding different patterns, textures. So after you have as many as you'd like, and again, you can decide how full you want it. So this one is not all that full, but this one right here is a bit fuller. So it totally is up to you how full you want it. So then you're going to go ahead and take out your holes. And I punched out a bunch beforehand. So that's step one. Step two is you're going to go ahead and fold these in half. Now when you fold these in half, only the inside here is going to show. So I'm going to put the interesting part in the inside because the outside part will be glued together. So you want the interesting part in the inside. So I think I like this red right here. Ooh, look at this one. The polka dots, I think it'll be really fun. So you're just going to go ahead and find the prints that you like. And I like to mix solids with ones that have lots of texture. So this will be like a good solid one. It's up to you if you like the words. I like words. I think it adds a lot of nice texture. So you're just going to keep on folding these in half. Nice solid blue. I kind of like this better, so that's going to go in the inside. So after you've folded a whole bunch, then what you're going to do is you're going to take some glue. I'm just using a simple white glue for this. You just need a little bit. Now the trick with this is you want very little glue, and I just use my fingertip for this. Because if you get too much, everything starts sticking together and then it gets hard to separate them. And you want to make sure when you stack them that they're really nice and even. And then you just keep on stacking them. So I'm going to make a stack of 10 and then make another stack of 10 and then combine them. Ooh, this one looks like maybe a little bit of a strawberry. Yum. You see this comes together quite quickly. Really the only tricky part to this project is that you're dealing with very small pieces that are... Other than that, this is a really fun, easy project. And if you don't want to make earrings, you could make necklaces. You could make little baubles for like the end of a bookmark. Lots of different ideas. So while I'm doing this, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel if you haven't, and commenting below on maybe what type of paper you used and what you made out of it. I would really be curious to see what you did besides earrings, because I love inspiring each other. I think that's the really nice thing about YouTube, is that you can inspire each other. As you can see, sometimes they just don't align quite right. I'm going to add one more. And then I'm going to make sure that they're all aligned just right. And if the glue is still a little bit wet, you can kind of play with it a little bit. And somehow I lost one in the process. So that's my first stack. So that's half of the first earring. So if you kind of try to separate them before they get dry, because they do like to stick together. That's really, but look how fun that's going to be. So then go ahead and make another stack. And then once you do, you're going to go ahead and glue your two stacks together, like so. And then you have a bead, so let that dry. And then you're going to start the jewelry part of this. So once you're done and the white glue is dried, you're going to go ahead and spray this with clear acrylic sealer. You can choose between gloss and matte. I like gloss. And I sprayed these about 3 different times with 15 minutes in between. And that just makes them a little bit more resistant to wear and tear and the weather. So once that's nice and dry, you can start forming your earrings. So these is the first part you need, and they have a little tiny, it almost looks like a nail head, and that's going to hold your beads on. So then you can decide what you want to do. You could put this tiny little seed bead there, and then try putting your paper bead on if you like that look. You could try a bigger bead. It's totally up to you. For me, I like mine a little bit more basic, like I did with these, because I think the beauty is in the magazine pages and the texture, but that's totally up to you. So I'm going to put this bead on the bottom. Then I'm going to put my bead on, and these naturally have a hole in the middle just because of the way they were made. I think that's really pretty. And then I like this topper. It's almost like a bell shape, and I feel like it just hugs the top. So I think that's very, very pretty. So what you do to one, make sure you do it to the other so that they're exactly the same. Now, I like to use 2 different pliers, one to hold and one to bend with. So these are, I bought this with all the jewelry making supplies. Now for this, you only want about a pinky length of extra just to make the circle. So make sure you just have the pinky length, and then you're going to cut your extra off. So again, your pinky is right there. And then I'm going to cut that top part off. Just be careful because it does kind of go flying. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put the metal in your pliers right to the very top. And then I like to hold on with the other one just because you don't want to smush the paper bead. They are kind of fragile. So I like to hold on to this, and then you're going to take the plier and bend it around to start to make that hole. So do you see that nice little loop right there? So before you close it, you're going to go ahead and slide the earring part on, and then you're going to go ahead and complete the circle. And then you're going to have to take this out, And very gently, just keep completing that circle, bending it all the way around. You have to make sure that that circle is completely closed or the earring will pop off. And this does take a few tries to really get it to be how you want it. But you do have to have it a complete circle. There you have it. And then you're going to go ahead and do that to the exact same thing to the other side. So I'll show you again. Take the peaky length and cut off your extra. Then I like to hold this with one set of pliers, and then you take this, remember it's right at the very top, and bend it around. Before you close it, you're going to go ahead and add the stem part of the earring and then complete the circle. Really beautiful pair of earrings.